Well, this was an experience. So my wife is talking to me the other day and she's rushing me to get ready because apparently we have to go to the grocery store and she's driving there and all of a sudden I notice we're not going to the grocery store. And she surprises me and we go and have a surprise movie date. Fantastic. Typically I badger her and I abuse her verbally and jokingly about what movie we're seeing, or I try and guess it, or play a little game like that. But this time I was like, you know what, she's surprising me, let's go in blind. I don't want to know what movie I'm seeing. I don't want to try and prepare. I want to be caught off guard. I want to be ready to absorb whatever I'm about to watch. So we go in, I get in line for the snacks, she gets the tickets, and then as we're walking to our theater, I am looking at my bucket of popcorn because I do not want to see the little marquee above the door. I don't want to know what we're seeing. But we end up seeing the menu, and I was teetering on whether or not to see this in theaters or wait till it gets released on streaming or digital, but I guess I didn't have to make that decision. So we're sitting down for this movie, and it took me a minute to really get comfortable with this movie or enjoy where it was going. I didn't look into that much marketing for it. I didn't read too far into it. I knew the main premise and I knew some of the cast members, but I was really just trying to soak everything in as a first time experiencing it. I didn't know that this film was going to be so heavily satirical. It is a lot of satire. It knows exactly what it's poking at, and I think it's pulled off pretty damn well. They're being satirical in terms of how people view the food industry, how people view foodies or food bloggers, and just how extra and fucking annoying they can be. Although I feel like you could replace the medium of food with any other medium of art, you could do it for filmmaking, you could do it for video games, it would work across any topic like that. But the way that they execute it here with food is brilliant. And let me just say before I get too far into this review, as someone who is not a foodie, and now that I know people talk like this and behave like this and act like this in the real world, fuck these douchebags. Especially Nicholas Hoult's character in this movie. He's insufferable and he's played well. The acting is fucking ridiculous. But he is a despicable piece of shit. And every time I see Nicholas Hoult in a movie, I always think back to, you know what? He was this close to being the new Batman. He was this close to getting that role over Robert Pattinson, and I don't think I could have lived with myself if he was chosen over Pattinson. I don't. Not any knock on Nicholas Hoult, but I don't think he can play Batman well. And I know there was a lot of people that think Robert Pattinson can do it well, but he did, so eat shit. Anyway, moving on. Ralph Fiennes. Again, not that big of a fan of him. I don't care for the Harry Potter movies. I haven't seen much of his indie work, but the man brings a lot to the table in this movie, and he fucking delivers. There's a subtlety and almost a nuance to his performance in this, and it kind of just like makes you sit up on your seat a little bit more and you pay more attention because you don't know what he's really made of yet. He's given you very little to work with. He is speaking with intent, but he's never too loud or robust with it. It's kind of requiring or building anticipation every time he opens his mouth, is how I should put it. Anya Taylor-Joy does what she does best, and that is just act her ass off every movie that she's in. I can't remember the last time I saw her in something where I was like, she could have given a little bit more. She's the only character in this movie that is not a part of this world. She wasn't originally supposed to be there that evening. I think that was smart because her character is then used as kind of like a tool for description or exposition. All of these little phrases and terms that are used in the foodie world that none of us are familiar with, she is used as sort of like a dumping ground where characters are teaching her things and in turn we're learning them through her. It was a nice little, she played a little middleman in the transaction of information. There's a lot of humor in this movie, and I'd say 99% of it is perfectly placed. Hong Chau's character I cannot remember her character's name in the movie, but she is the one mainly delivering these comedic lines, and I got a laugh out of it. There was only 4 people in the theater when I saw it. My wife and I were laughing. I think the people in front of us were laughing too. But there was a specific joke that was made about, you know how when you go to a restaurant and it's someone's birthday and they bring something out and they sing and then there's candles and all that shit? There's a form of that done in this movie. And given the context and the circumstances at this point, it was so clever. And just the way that everyone just reacts to this event, it's perfect. I can't stop thinking about it. The way this film wrapped up, both visually and contextually, very reminiscent of Midsummer, I would say. If you've seen Midsummer, then you'll kind of get where I'm going, but if you haven't, then this is going to be brand new to you, in which case, enjoy. It does differ a little bit because of the narrative that's being played with here, as opposed to Midsummer. It works better here. But yeah, just putting them side by side, you can definitely draw a lot of similarities from the two. The menu, I think, is a literal dissection of foodie culture and really how we can grow to idolize people without good reason or without knowing the other person's intent. I'm trying to keep watching stuff so I get videos out for you guys. There's not really much in terms of trailers dropping, so bear with me if content seems to be slow or not as frequent as I'd like it to be, but I'm doing whatever I can to get some content out for you guys. I have some stuff that I'm toying with for next year, so we'll see what plays out. Thank you, as always, for viewing my videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.